Today we are going to talk about one of the most popular tools of all, the soft jaw round nosed plier. Hello, I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where today we continue our series on the proper use of hand tools. The round nose soft-jawed plier is an extremely versatile tool. You are going to use it a lot, both for standard alignment and for those personal adjustments that you do when you're dispensing. For open temple angle on a metal frame, it is simply the tool for the job. Before we hit the bench, there are a couple of things I want to point out. One, the soft jaw of the plier goes to the outside. It goes to the world where people would see something. You want your soft side facing out, where your plaques might be, your brand name, some detail of some kind. You always use your soft part to the outside. This rarely creates damage, but if you should create a little dimple or a scratch or something, you want that to the inside of the frame, not to the outside. Looking at, say, for instance, a temple, if you're using the tool on the wide portion of the temple, you're fine. You're not going to create any damage. That's what the tool is designed for. However, if I turn around and I try to use the same tool because I have it in my hand and I think, oh, I'll just, do this little adjustment this way, on the narrow, you're going to damage the frame. There's another tool for that. Don't be tempted. The last part, and take a look at this picture, and this is what I'm trying to convey. And I always feel like I'm making such a big deal out of this, but you know what? You shouldn't break frames, and this is how a frame gets broken. If I wedge the tool between these 2 points, I have no gap. I am literally, if I take that pair of pliers and I bend, I am literally trying to tear this weld off of the frame. That piece is welded to this piece. You can see it in the picture. If I jam in my tool and I twist, I am literally trying to break the frame. Avoid this. You always want to have that space around that point in order to bend the frame here, not be bending against something and creating damage. A couple of things to point out on the tool itself before we move on. This is called a round soft, and this being round, there is a flat version of this. Also a great, very versatile tool. If you had to choose between one or the other, I would lean towards the round. This nylon pad, the soft side, is a piece that can be replaced. Simply remove the screw, take this off, and replace it. Don't discount the importance of that, and I would probably keep a spare one of these in your toolbox. As far as handling the tool, I would just say, look at how long the handles are on that thing and how contoured they are. Don't be scared to grip it. Don't be scared. You're going to be putting some force on some of those frames when you're making those adjustments. You'd almost rather go a little bit, maybe you're thinking too much rather than too little, because you're going to have a lot less of a chance of slipping when you're holding it with full grip in the proper position. Practice, practice, practice. Break out that big old pile of frames that you got and, just bend the heck out of stuff. Let's run through those again. 1, always have the soft jaw to the outside. Here's a perfect example of why. If you look close, you can see all the detail there, and obviously you don't ever want to damage that. 2, resist the temptation to use the tool on an edge like this. That is what the wide jaw temple angling plier is for, and we'll cover that in an upcoming installment. Number 3, don't wedge the nose. I guess it's a little like sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. Always leave room around the nose so that you are only bending the frame, not jamming against anything else. And are you tired of hearing that yet? Practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next week. If you are watching me on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching me on Facebook, please, this week, share this with at least one other person. And don't forget that these videos are only a small part of the complete program that you will find at opticianworks.com.